Yo, so I'm at Brooklyn really early this morning and it is so dirty. I'm gonna take the time to clean up some of this. Obviously, this is ridiculous. Like, yo. Yeah, it must have been a party yesterday or something, but that's ridiculous. So I'm gonna try to clean up a little bit of it or something. I'm here early enough to help out. Plus, it's just ridiculously dirty. Literally a trash can right there. Okay, the trash can is a little full, but still, there's an emptier one over there. Like, what? Come on, guys. So, granted, there are people who do come and clean the park. I don't know if you guys know, but keeping your skate park clean at the very least is really damn important. This is Brook Run Skate Park. This is one of our best skate parks here in Georgia. And literally a skate park can be gone just like that, just because they see, okay, these guys are just disrespecting the park rules. They're not keeping the park clean. Like, they make reports on how dirty the park is every time they have to come clean it up. So it's just important to keep your local parks clean, because literally the city could decide, you know what, bump it. We're gonna get rid of the park. It's just really important to me to keep skate parks around, being that Georgia continuously loses skate parks. Although we get new ones, we lose some of the biggest and best parks. And I would really be upset to lose Brook Run as well, being that we lost Druid Hills DIY over it being dirty. That's my little tangent for today. Let's get into what this real video is about. It is about reviewing the TIAGO New Balances, so let's get to it. I skated the New Balance TIAGO 1010, and there was a lot of things I liked and a lot of things I did not like. New Balance really made a really good shoe on paper. On the toe box, they protected your suede toe with a flick screen below. And even on the leather ones, there's still that flick screen below the first layer of leather, or the first layer of suede in my instance. That just gives you a little extra oomph for your shoe. So your shoes should last a lot longer than the average cup sole shoe. So another thing I also did like about this shoe is that the fuel cell midsole actually added some really good impact protection. New Balance is thinking about us again when they made this shoe, or thinking more so about how TIAGO skates. TIAGO pops pretty high, so you would imagine that he'd take a lot of impact as well. So the fuel cell midsole is going to help alleviate a lot of that stress that your foot will take from impact, which is pretty smart for New Balance, that they're taking some of their running technology and tossing it into a skate shoe, because running shoes are made to take impact from running. Since you're constantly shoving your heels straight to the ground and lifting off with your toes, you need that same type of protection in a skate shoe. It's a quality of life feature, I would say, for skateboarding, and it really rocks. Well, another cool thing about this shoe is the simple fact that the sole here had so many different tread patterns. I think it did kind of help out with the grip of the shoe. We did have a lot of flex grooves that made the toe just very flexible, honestly. And with that flexible toe, it added to the board feel that you can get out of the shoe in the toe region. What I didn't really understand though were these little grit pieces on the outer layer. I feel like they just shredded away. I don't think they got what they needed out of that. On the suede toe, I didn't really do anything at all to it. It's actually still pretty strong here. It got a little flimsy on the toe area, and the shoe feels like it is starting to, no, it definitely has started to bag out a little bit sooner than I like, but other than that, the toe stayed pretty strong. One thing that I didn't like is where the little 3M piece was actually placed. It being placed in that heel area actually really sucked for me, because then I got this very nasty look on the heel very quickly. It made these shoes look very unwearable after the first 2 sessions, so that kind of sucked. This shoe is actually really a tank of a shoe. I don't really like this one piece here, and I understand how that this piece gets ripped out, this light blue piece here. I don't really like how New Balance set that up, because it's not really firmly sat in the shoe, but thankfully I haven't ripped through it. But there are some serious cons that I have with this shoe that will overall affect my decision when it comes down to, did I like this skate shoe and do I recommend it? Wow. 1, this shoe bagged out really easily. I feel like I went from a very secure fit to me having to really choke the hell out of these shoes in order to keep them on my feet. Maybe you may need a half size down. I normally wear 10s. Maybe I should have got 9.5 in these, because when these bagged out, they became very hard to skate in. I also feel like every single day I skated this shoe, it felt completely different from the days before, which isn't necessarily a good thing for me. Some days I skated this shoe and felt really awesome in them, and some days I felt really bad in them. To be 100% honest, I'm not a fan of not feeling like comfortable in the skate shoes I'm skating. And definitely it did happen in these. I did not feel comfortable every single day I skated in them. It is definitely a hit or a miss. This is an Ortholite insole, as most skate shoes nowadays use, but New Balances, they're pretty slippery. I'm not gonna lie. I always feel like New Balances uses a weird technology that allows your foot to slide around a little bit too much on the insole, which means that you should get something that fits a lot closer to your foot than leaving space in your shoe, because if you leave any type of space in your shoe and you keep these insoles in there, you're probably going to be slipping around. I didn't like how thick the shoe was overall. I feel like with the thickness of this shoe, it took away a lot of your board feel. And maybe it's just me, but I had little to no board feel in this shoe overall. When I kickflipped in these shoes, it was my second session when the shoes still felt like really good, which I will admit, these shoes felt best when I first got them. And as I continued to skate them, they started feeling less and less likable. So that's my little consensus on this shoe. I didn't really ever get my kickflips back the way I wanted to in these shoes since the second day, and I struggled a lot to flip them correctly and all that stuff. And I think it's more so because of the square toe, because I've kickflipped in shoes without any real board feel, but I've never struggled this hard to kickflip or to really do my background tricks. I think personally it's just a little bit too much tech for the sole of the shoe, and it kind of just threw off my ability to skate the shoe comfortably. So with all this stuff I just said, should you guys get the TIAGO 1010 by New Balance? I will say yes if you like a lot of impact, no if you like a lot of board feel. For me, in my instance, I wanted a little bit more board feel than this. I was very happy with the impact that this shoe could take, but for the board feel aspect and me not being able to do my flat ground tricks, and for me to feel very uncomfortable kickflipping, this shoe just wasn't it for my standard of skateboarding, but it may be for your standard of skateboarding. So that's all I have to say. If you enjoy impact and all that good stuff, definitely grab these guys. But if you're more a board feel person, like you like to feel your board, you like to be more in control of your kick flips and your flip tricks in general, you may have to go a half size down to really feel the right experience. But for me, it didn't really work out for me, and I wouldn't recommend these for any type of flat ground or technical skating. I think overall this shoe was really well thought out. It just didn't really work out for my standard of skateboarding. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit the like button below. Make sure you guys subscribe if you want more shoe reviews, more skateboarding content. I'll catch you in the next video.
Everybody's living like the clock don't change. Being comfortable equivalent to the same old thing. I'll be damned if I am living like there's not a better day. It's my time to go and get it. Fuck what anybody say.